Hello everyone, welcome to the stream today of the Cryo Mega Crab. And again a bit later this time. But yeah, I have to boost the engraving real quick. And boost the statues. I'm just realizing I don't have 3 troop health. I need to deploy another one. I think all the troop damages are maxed, so it doesn't matter which one I'm going to replace. And yeah, hopefully can catch up to the leaderboard. Like the last few Mega Crabs I didn't finish all the attacks, so hopefully this time it's gonna change. I also have to boost the tribes. Like rocket chopper health is maybe interesting. That could help on some stages when there's a lot of rocket launchers. And tank life leech, maybe some stages. But probably tank life leech is not enough to make the tanks a troop that can be used. And also a crab that is just like a regular Mega Crab. Like this time there's no, like there's the Cryobomb. Probably should turn off this screen shaking thing. Yeah, crab boost is not going to change something, the cryoneer speed. I would even say it helps that it is getting lowered or reduced. Because usually the cryoneers, if they are at 200% speed boost, they would be too quick. And the other troops couldn't keep up. Oh, that's interesting to know, Petrek. Really? Let's activate a Cryobomb there, but do they clear the mines at least? So there one critter to see. Yeah, that looks like they are attacking quite fast. Very interesting, but at least the mines are getting cleared, but the defenses don't get slowed down is something huge, that's for sure. I mean, it could help, I guess, the Zukas. Because the Zukas don't care if the defenses get slowed down or not. Because you don't really activate the Cryobombs to slow down the buildings. And yeah, that's how a machine gun attacks when it's slowed down by a Cryobomb. Like, I'm guessing the troops also don't get slowed down. Might try that. Okay, this stage doesn't have a Cryobomb in front. Good morning, Flint, Michigan. Thank you. Yeah, these Scorchers are also moving at the regular speed. So yeah, the Cryobombs are essentially just a mine clearing bomb. At least the Cryobombs that are on the Mega Crab. Hello, Cordy. Also, I can upgrade the Mystical Monument probably to max level. With more than enough of the time savers. And also, I'm playing a different account than the last Mega Crab because there were no Shockaniers so far again. So yeah, this one I have all Proto troops. And again, 16 vitamins like the last Mega Crab, and I can either upgrade the Mega Scorcher another level, or I guess the Critter Cannon 2 levels. Maybe 3, I don't think so though. And I don't have the Scorcher skin on this account, so... I also don't have this mech skin on the other account, so... Yeah, just not all accounts have every skin. Like, I think it's 1,500, which the troop skin cost. Yeah, I would need another 1,400 camo tickets, so... Yeah, just no Scorcher skin on this account, but shouldn't be an issue. I think you don't really need the clone rifle, to be honest, if you already use I'm guessing critter cannon is what you mean, and 1 mech. Like, I think another mech would be better. Because the mechs can shock the buildings, which is quite overpowered. I mean, so far there's no information about anything like that. I mean, you just, I guess, have to wait and see, which is what everyone has to do. I wonder at what stage I should start to scout the bases. I don't think mind control is that strong. Like, if you have a lot of offensive statues, it shouldn't be an issue anyway. Just if you're using a few offensive statues. Yeah, actually, with the Cryobomb bug, that they don't slow down anything, probably don't have to clear the Cryobombs at all. Just if you want the mines to be gone. Like, what is more strong, I think, about just to look at the random base. Okay, like, they are using Doom Cannon, so different than usual. Like, I think it looks like they're using Bombardiers, which is kind of weird. Or are that Grenadiers? I feel like the biggest issue is Grenadiers in the bunker. Because they counter all the rifle laser ranger attacks. Or make it more difficult. But then you can kind of use Scorchers with Sabotage or so. That one guy going okay so far, I guess, but yeah, just the first stages. Really, is that base supposed to be good or what? I mean, it looks like most are using different bases, but I don't know. I don't know what joke base this is with 4 shield generators, but kind of strange. I mean, it should be pretty easy to clear those bases, to be honest, but I don't know. I mean, I also don't get rated that often. I mean, it just depends on the victory points, I think. But I guess if you are able to get the leaderboard players on your map, and then you're probably at least 2,000 and a few hundred, I guess. Like, I don't think I've gotten a single player in the leaderboard so far. Yeah, okay, 2,550 is... I think then it's really easy to get the top 50. Oh, yeah, the leaderboard is definitely way higher than it should be. Like, I think 1, or maybe not 1, but 2 years ago, like, everyone would be 1,000 victory points lower than what is there right now. Hey, Passy. How much health did that base have? I guess because I have sabotage, maybe it's reducing something then. But is it really just because of the change that was made like a few weeks or months ago? I mean, I feel like it's always increasing. I guess it might be just that maybe more players are also playing now instead of not playing. I mean, when like 4 years ago, when I was doing some kind of victory point push, I reached, I think, 1,600. And or 1,500, or maybe not even 1,600, and I was just in the leaderboard in the top 50. And now like even 2,000 victory points is nothing. I don't think it's gonna change, to be honest. I think it will get even worse because like there's not really a way to like remove the victory points from the game, except there would be someone that gets banned or you stop playing. But if you stop playing, it just, like I guess, temporarily removes the victory points. Like you used to just get the 200 victory points from the NPC bases, and then obviously the bases that are on the map. And then from there, there's no way to gain really victory points. Like every attack would be plus 2 victory points, and then the other one loses 2, or I guess just 1 victory point gained and or 1 lost. And now it's super easy to match players that have 0 victory points. Okay, there's a lot of players at 0 victory points or really low victory points. I think the victory points are only going to increase if nothing is changing about that. Actually, I'm not sure, I think maybe now the Cryobombs don't damage the troops. I'm not sure though, because there is a bug with the Cryobombs. Yeah, they still do damage, so you have to take out the Cryobombs first, and then, I mean, stage 2 shouldn't be difficult, to be honest. I think it's just a few buildings, so you take out the Cryobombs. I would probably use, I mean, I would just use all riflemen, maybe 1 or 2 bazookas, because the riflemen train really quickly. I think every 5 or 10 seconds for a rifleman. Yeah, 10 seconds. So just all riflemen is really a strong strategy now. And then I guess just chalk the buildings that can take out your troops, and that's it. I mean, there were already, I think, players at 3000 victory points at some point. But that was way earlier. I think first base that starts to be more difficult. Just the layout gets, I guess, more difficult now, because the health is a bit higher. So some bases need to be careful with the Scorcher Mech Laser Ranger attacks. Could also increase the ice shield, to be honest. But I don't think it's really useful for the Mega Crab. Let's boost the remaining traps right now. Also don't know why some of the boosts changed. Like I think it used to be plus 50% life leech. Now it's 25. But yeah, the other traps are still the same. But I think they increased the headquarter health. Oh, that's nice. At least I think so. Don't think everyone likes the healthy headquarter. Change here to the Kawan. Hello, Farouks. I'm good, thank you. I think the headquarter health was already at 150% at some point. And then it got reduced a bit, I think to 75 or 100%. And now it's increased again. I think it would be better to increase also some of the other tribes. What? Okay, headquarter level 19. I mean, it depends a bit if you have instant training or if you don't. But if you don't have instant training, I think also all riflemen works kind of well, because they train fast. And then maybe add a few bots of laser rangers. I think in general just... Okay, just... Like I'm not sure, I didn't really play the crab with headquarter level 19 for a long time. I'm not sure how strong laser rangers are exactly, but I think if you use them correctly, laser ranger are just the strongest troop. I would say 2 boats of riflemen, 1 medic, and then 4 laser rangers. And maybe even with ice shield. Or I guess with second wind. I think either second wind or the critter swarm. And with that you should be able to clear most of the bases easily. And then I guess if there's a lot of rocket launchers somewhere, you could switch to... I think you have Scorchers, so... Maybe sometimes Scorchers or tanks if there's a lot of rocket launchers and laser rangers don't really work. And like Zukas are also strong, but yeah, more difficult troop to use, of course. Yeah, I mean, I think not only for the Mega Crab, I think it's also similar for Victory Point, for player bases. Like Laser Rangers are, I think they are a bit too strong. Especially when the building health is not really like extremely high, like on the Mega Crab. So yeah, Laser Rangers are always one of the strongest troops against the early Mega Crab stages or player bases. But yeah, against the Mega Crab sometimes there are stages that have 20, 30 rocket launchers. And maybe then the Laser Rangers are not the best troop to use. Except that Laser Rangers are really strong. Like I think even at level 1 the Laser Ranger has about 300 damage per second. I'm not exactly sure, but it should be something like that. And the max level Laser Rangers have only the double the damage per second. I think troops like Zukas, it's like damage increases a lot bigger, so Laser Rangers are just already strong at lower headquarter levels. I mean, it really depends how the base looks exactly. Like, Scorchers is one way. Like, if the rocket launchers are like in this case, where you can shock them with one shock or two shocks, you can still use Laser Rangers. But if there's too many boom cannons, then Scorchers don't work also, and then you just have to use the Laser Ranger somehow and hope you get the base. Like if you would have this base, I think you would still have to use Laser Rangers. And just shock the rocket launchers. But yeah, some bases also have the rocket launchers really spread out and maybe not that many boom cannons, then Scorchers or maybe also tanks, depending on which troops you have upgraded, work as well. I mean, not really from level 1 to max. I mean, level 1 riflemen are really bad compared to the max level. But just from the headquarter, what is the max then compared to like max level? Like the barrage, I think, is 14,000 damage per second at HQ 22, if I'm not wrong. So that would be at least half the damage at headquarter level 19, I guess. Same with the artillery, it's also was 6,000, now it's 10,000. I think the Laser Ranger just, I mean, you have to keep in mind that the Laser Ranger also, the range of the beam is important. Yeah, still the damage for the laser rangers is already really good at lower headquarter levels. Oh, just headquarter level 19 and above, which is not even that low. I don't know if the description of the Mega Crab was always like this. But it says the bases contain cryobombs set to slow down your troops. Which they don't do. Just damage them. Like, it doesn't say the buildings, but right now the cryobombs slow down nothing. Neither the troops nor the defenses. I don't even know why I cleared the cryobombs. Like, they didn't even clear any mines. And just, I guess, because I'm used to it. Like, I guess that depends what you mean, what a decent leveled base is. Like the engraver, which is at HQ 27 and 28 is, yeah, I guess one of the strongest things. So if you would want to reach that with, or mean that with a decent level base, then it would take way longer than just to reach like at quarter level 20, which is because that's when you get 8 votes. Like, that's already very good for, or close to max level, at least for troops like Zukas. And then the next huge thing would be at quarter level, I think 24, with the 2 Scorchers or 2 max per boat. I guess HQ 20 you can reach in maybe 1 year or so. I don't know the exact numbers. And then just everything after at quarter level 20 takes way longer. I think I'm going to switch to armor on this stage. And like, the boom pass is really good to upgrade faster, obviously. So I think it reduces the time by, I don't know, 30 or 40%. Which just helps to upgrade everything a lot easier and faster, I guess. And like you could also get the second builder, which would be cheaper obviously than the boom pass. And you could upgrade even faster, but only the buildings itself, not the troops in the armory. Like they are not, you don't upgrade those faster with the second builder, but yeah, second builder would be just for the defenses or other buildings is the best way to upgrade everything in the fastest way. But yeah, the boom pass just gives more like also other things like more statue slots on some of the blueprints. I don't know how the thing with the 90% works, to be honest. Like if it really works like this, that you don't play 1 month and then you can get 90% reduction. Like if you do that for the Mega Crab, that would be super overpowered. Like I think with the sonar op it's already possible with that to get, because I think it's 50% of time what you can save. So that would be, I think, 80% with sonar ops, which is already strong, but yeah, 100% would be insane. Kind of an annoying base. Like, why did they put a microwaver back there? But yeah, I think that base is good for rocket choppers. I kind of want to try that. I go see if that works with the 90%. Yeah, should be fine. There's no rocket launchers, only the doom cannons, which can attack my bombardiers. And then with the rocket chopper I just have to shock maybe the boom cannons. Luckily the rocket choppers outrange, or not really outrange, but the microwaver doesn't attack the rocket choppers. Like the best Scorcher attack, I mean. Just to use Scorchers, the best would be something like this. Scorchers and then like 2 bolts of max to shock buildings. You can also use, like against high level air bases, you could use 1 bombardier and 1 laser ranger as well to help, but generally Scorchers and then 1 or 2 bolts of max is really strong. And then I would even use Kovan sometimes, because you can bring back some Scorchers, which is really strong on some bases. I think Scorchers are gonna be fine. But I want to change the engraving. I just remembered I switched to armor. So now again, the sabotage engraving. Like mechs are just really strong if you look at those cannons. Most of them get shocked early on, so they can't even attack the Scorchers. Like I might want to log in on an account I didn't play for a long time just to see how that works. I think I logged onto some account recently that I didn't play in 1 month. I don't remember that I had a 90% speed boost, but then I didn't look at it as well. Like, is it for every headquarter level or just if you're at a super low HQ? Let's remove those mechs, I don't need them, and I also can use a Rodero. This one's quite a lot of Doom cannons. Then I kind of wish they would add more like what is in, I think in Clash of Clans, that when you don't know exactly how it works, but I think if you don't play like for half a year or so, your base gets upgraded. Like that would be kind of nice. This one has a lot of single target in front. Also some flotsam cannons. Still think that laser rangers are possible. Change back to armor. And remember to not clear the Cryobombs, because yeah, it's useless. I think I'm gonna try to get the shields cleared, maybe. One barrage should finish off that shield. Hi, Muammar. I don't think there's really more defenses. I think it's always the first maybe 70 stages or 100 stages where I think, or I feel like the bases have more defenses and even more Proto type defenses. And after that, at some point, it gets easier. Like there's just less defenses, but it could also be that it just feels like this. I think the crab should be easier than a lot of the crabs now, to be honest, because there's a Cryobomb, which is helpful, and some of the other troops or more some of the other crabs, they don't have a gunboat ability. And I mean, the boosts are low now, so if there is a cryo speed boost or no boost, doesn't really make a big difference. I mean, if your favorite troops are Scorchers, I mean, most crabs shouldn't be too bad, I think. I mean, not for all Scorchers. I guess mostly would be Laser Rangers and Scorchers. And I guess with some mechs. I think this is the first base that I guess you can say is difficult. But it should not be an issue. I should switch back to Sabotage. Like these flotsam cannons are a bit annoying. I don't think I even have to clear them, I guess. And just Scorcher, Mech Laser Ranger. I think can clear most of the base just by themselves. Like, not like I have to wait before I drop Kovan, but I should easily be able to clear like this whole area here. Like these shields. And then I can regroup, clear the Flotsam cannons, then drop Kovan. And then respawn all the laser ranger. So I think that should work. So important to not deploy Kovan for now. In Subzone. And also one Cryobomb on those shark mines. There are Cryo to distract the boom cannons. Maybe 2 more Cryobombs. Take out some of the mines. It looks like already the Flotsam cannons are getting taken out, so I can drop Kovan now. Don't even have to reflare, I think. Just spam second wind. I think I'm gonna try to get the storage or the crystals full first, and then I can work on upgrading the mystical monument. I think this mystical monument is even quite good. At least so far. There are 4 gold production boosts. And yeah, only 2 resource production, so that's not great. But yeah, gold production is really strong. I mean, the thing is the damage is still quite low, so the laser beams are not really an issue. But yeah, if this would be stage 300 or so, 9 or 12 laser beams would be... They would do a lot of damage. I think they would one-shot bombardiers and laser rangers even. at least soon going to be at the legendary trophy. Yeah, generally this crab is more of the difficult crabs, I would say. Just because there's no boost. But then now most crabs seem to be like this. Like the last mega crab. Or the last cryo crab, I wanted to say. The first place, which was me, was at stage, I think, 320 or so. But that was without the Proto troops, and now there is 46 vitamins and 46 critter cannons, and then just 30 of all the other Proto troops. I think it will be quite easily again 450 stages, maybe even. I don't think a lot more than that though. Yeah, that's why it used to be one of the most difficult crabs. I mean, you still had the Cryobomb, which is really strong. But yeah, of course, no troop health or troop damage boost. But yeah, now I'm guessing the most troop damage or troop health or speed or life lead you get would be 50% or so. And considering that I think 25 or 50% Cryoneer speed is not even that bad. Like, just because all the boosts are not great. And still clear one of those cryobombs, because it should help to clear the mines before the troops hit them. Some rocket launchers are attacking the bombardiers, it looks like. So, regroup for now. Barrage that rocket launcher. And another base 4 mech bombardier. It shouldn't be. Like, I have to say, I don't know why, but like, maybe I'm just remembering the game wrong or so, but it kind of looked like a bit like the image from the tablet looked a bit sort of unsaturated, I guess, so I kind of increased that slightly. But except that, it should look normal. Again, a few laser beams. I think it's good to add one boat of medics. And I don't know why I'm taking out the Cryobomb. Like, just ignoring the Cryobombs is gonna save so much GBE. Yeah, good that it works. I think it also just looked to me like this because the brightness was low. But yeah. Hello, Toms. And second time that there's a stage with this layout. I think considering that some of the mega crabs, I think I didn't see this stage at all. Maybe this crab is more difficult because this stage is usually 2 attacks after about stage 150 or so. Question is, what should I use on the space? I don't think Mag Bombardier is gonna work, so it should be again a combination of Laser Rangers and Scorchers. Could I see Laser Rangers and Riflemen? Might be better because of all the boom cannons. I don't think... I feel like stage 500 is maybe a bit too much. But then I also don't remember what the last Mega Crab was. Like, what was the first place on the last Mega Crab, because I think it had 0% boost after stage 100, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, it should be a similar stage. Like I'm guessing about 450 stages maybe. Something around that. That would be my guess. Only 400. Yeah, maybe 450 is too much. Maybe 420, 430 stages. Like the Cryobomb helps. The defensive Cryobomb help not. They are only able to clear mines, but they don't slow down the defenses. Yeah, I think I will go with this attack. I don't know why I'm continuing to clear the Cryobomb. Because I don't have to. Cryobombs are not working for whatever reason. But yeah, looks like this Laser Ranger Rifleman attack is really strong. Like without Shockoniers and Vitamin, I think maybe sometimes you underestimate how strong also this attack is without the Proto troops. I mean, it's just how good the Laser Rangers are, to be honest. At least at the early stages. The 30 Proto troops is really easy to get. At least if you have instant training. If not, then it takes quite a while. I mean, I can't show it. Or I guess I can. But all Proto troops right now are 30 out of 22. If I'm just gonna load a random Proto troop, like one Rainmaker, this number decreases, so only 29. If I load all troops, all 8 boats with Rainmakers, it would be 22 out of 22. So you can imagine what happens if you are at 22 Rainmakers and then you load 8 boats. It would be down to 14 Rainmakers. And if the number in the storage is below 22, you can train Proto troops, so that way you can train 8 more Proto troops. And if I change the Rainmaker back to another troop, the Rainmaker goes back to 30. And yeah, that way you can get above the limit of 22 by the amount of boats that you have. change back to Sabotage and then Mech Bombardier. My Sabotage is maxed out, so 35%. And that's the legendary trophy. Maybe just gonna deploy that one. Also, like, Sky Shield is like underrated defense for Hammerman. I think I'm gonna switch back to armor. And then use Laser Rangers. Like, I wish it would be possible to change the order of those engravings. Because the strongest engravings for offense and defense, so Mind Control, is right at the end, just in front of the Insurance. And Armor and Sabotage are both also near the end. And just the only, like, everything with the Ice Shard is usually, for some reason, at the end in this order. And just strange that the first engravings in this list are the ones that you get from the purple shards, even though they are last, and then the red shards, and then the blue, and then the green ones. I feel like the order should be reversed. At least that would make it easier to switch the engravings. Actually, the second time that there is a stage with 12 laser beams in the front. And also exactly on the same base layout. And looking at the space, I'm thinking Scorchers is more the play. And one, or just wide Kawan with second wind. And again change from armor back to sabotage. Like also, I guess, not really a trick, but if you have 1 GB statue, it helps to drop the max in the beginning on the Mega Crab, because if you drop the Scorchers first, you can't drop any max. Like you have 2 boats that you can't deploy, and if you drop the 2 boats of the max first, then you can only, or just can't deploy 1 boat of Scorchers. It's possible to understand what I mean. I'm hoping there is going to be use for tanks with the Life Leech tribe, but I think if there will be a use, then only at 300 or higher stages, because I think without that, it's probably not that strong. It's only 25%, which is just above twice the amount from the Life Leech or the Leech engraving. So it's not a huge Life Leech tribe. Yeah, I'm going to use Zukas because I think Zukas are maybe even stronger sometimes in this combination, especially when there is no building that the Bombardiers would have to take out at the end, because it's somewhere that the Laser Rangers or the Zukas can't reach. And again, I took out the Cryobomb, but whatever. I don't think I'm gonna remember it every time. I mean, if you see a Cryobomb, you want to take it out. But then I don't know why on the hasty Mega Crab it works, that I'm not taking out the Cryobombs. And yeah, Zukas are just doing more damage than Bombardiers as well. Didn't want to go to the resource base. Because if you look at the Zukas, one Zuka is a like size of 2 and 800 damage per second. And bombardiers are 4 times bigger, I guess you would say, but only do about 3 times the damage. So Bazookas do more damage, and not only that, but also with bombardiers you're kind of wasting some capacity. Yeah, I know clone rifle work as well, but I want to save them for later stages where they're gonna be more useful than on these early stages. I mean, I have 30 clone riflemen, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to use all of them. I don't see that there's gonna be 30 stages where I could use clone riflemen, because clone riflemen you only need one in one attack. Like 2 clone riflemen would be a waste. Again, the thing that I mean about, or said about the max and scorchers earlier, if I'm gonna drop all scorchers first, I'm not able to drop the max, so I have to wait first to get more GBE. Like usually it's not a huge issue. You usually get enough GBE quickly, but sometimes it can help to drop the scorchers, or just 1 or 2 scorchers first and then the max and then the remaining scorchers to get the max deployed, because the max also shock the defenses, and if you can't drop the max, then you can't shock the defenses. And if I'm dropping the scorchers first, I can drop all except the one boat of scorchers. Like, one thing that's a bit annoying sometimes about this huge gunboat skin is you can't tap the end. Like about the middle of this ship you can tap it. 2 critters to help taking out the shields early. Like, I don't know, but it really feels like some of the stages are more like just have more defenses and more like also rocket launchers, but I think maybe that's just because it's the first like 100 stages. Even gonna switch into this and add Kwan. I think it's even better to clear the right side instead of going around the left. I think 3 barrages and a few artilleries is gonna take out the Doom Cannon. Almost feel like if I'm using Scorcher Laser Ranger, I'm gonna end up to lose all the Scorchers too early. I'm gonna stay with them. Scorchers and mech. What do you mean too early? It's not even that early. Like it's for me it's 1 PM right now. Like I don't know if Kavan always walked like this. just a bit annoying sometimes. That medics or also Kovan kind of walk to one place first, and then when there's no trooper left, only then they start to change the direction. I guess in Texas or just in America, you are a bit behind with the time. The Slotsome could cause some issues, but I think the Laser Rangers are going to take it out before it can even do something. Goes Laser Ranger. Took the fire from the rocket launchers. But yeah, with Kovan I can bring them back easily. Another base that is not easy. Luckily the health is still low. But yeah, I need to get Bullet. Need to get him to walk on the right side to tank the boom cannons, I guess. Or I have to use a different attack. Maybe something with armor would work well. Like this type of base is always kind of more difficult. Like the one side you want more like Scorchers, Max Laser Ranger, Bombardiers maybe even. And on the other side there's boom cannons, which is the opposite troops that you want there. I mean, I guess that's a good point. The health is only 6 million. I should be able to... Yeah, I should really be able to ignore one of the shields. I think that would be the left side, so maybe change maybe Kavan and then add one Zuka for extra damage against the shields, and obviously armor to mitigate some of the laser beam and rocket launcher damage. But I still have to take out some of the laser beams and rocket launchers. I feel like I don't really need this rifleman. But I think it's still better to use one boat to save at least the 1 or 2 second wins at the start. Really annoying that the defenses don't get slowed down. And yeah, 2 cryobombs should hopefully be enough. I mean, now the laser ranger. Like, the good thing about most of the laser beams is the rocket launchers are gonna get taken out that are behind from the splash damage, like just from the beam. Even got kind of close. 28 seconds is not that much. There are so many defenses. I have armor. And I think armor is just the best. I think I didn't even have to change troops from the last stage. Or looking at how the space is looking, just change, I think, or keep using ever spark. I think she's a bit better to distract all the single targets. And I shouldn't lose a lot of troops anyway. And I guess if I have to, I can still clear the shields. Okay, the troops are getting deployed in a weird way. Yeah, the critters from Sparky really help to distract. I didn't even want to throw a medkit, I just wanted to flare. Might even shock this one mortar. Just be super cautious that it doesn't attack my laser rangers. Like, this is the thing with the laser rangers. Like, this base, they cleared easily without any issues. But if the health would not be, I think it was about 300%. At 320%, if the health would be like 1000% or even more, then the laser rangers would have a way harder time at clearing the space. Well, if it would be with bombardiers, I mean, it would still be slower. The bombardiers don't suffer that much from, yeah, higher building health. Thinking about Mech Bombardier. Could I use Laser Ranger? Maybe. Actually, let's go with the Laser Ranger attack. But this time I'm not gonna use a Bazooka. Just Laser Rangers and Rifle. Just check that I still have... Yeah, still have armor. Should be fine. Just hope the Cryobombs don't one-shot the Laser Rangers. They almost did. There would have been 2 or 3 more Cryobombs. I might have lost all my Laser Rangers and then it would be over. Turned out it was not really a difficult base. Okay, Scorcher, Mech Laser Ranger, change to Sabotage, and right now I could maybe even use rocket choppers. Yeah, I could, but I'm going with the Scorchers and Laser Ranger. Let's slow down a bit. Let's just change to the rocket chopper. And Ruggiero. Maybe I should have checked the health of the rocket launcher, just to know how much gunboat energy I have to save. But it should get taken out by this artillery. And rocket choppers again. Like, this one is kind of interesting. Not that many buildings. But yeah, a lot of mines, but with the Cryobomb, that should not be an issue. I can probably use Mech Bombardier or Scorcher Mech Laser Ranger. I think I might go with Scorcher Mech and Laser Ranger. I don't think there's a need to go too crazy and use Mech Bombardier. Still going to take out the Cryobombs to just remove a few mines. I mean, that's still... they still do that. Even though they don't slow down the defenses. In this one I might use Scorchers and Mech. Yeah, I think so. Wonder... Yeah, 103 is the leaderboard right now. I should get there soon. I think I will still use Kavan. Because I also want to clear a few buildings in the front, like the Stoom Cannon. If I lose a Scorcher, Kavan is the better hero to choose. Because yeah, still have to use a Cryobomb to clear the remaining shock mines. Come on, about now. Go up here, shock those defenses. Didn't lose a Scorcher so far also. There we go. And second wind. Amua. I think I'm probably gonna reach about, yeah, I don't know, 100 and a few stages. Not sure exactly how many at this point. Like, I'm already taking 2 hours, so it's kind of slow as well. Like, I feel like I should be more at stage 150 maybe at this point. Or maybe 130. Yes, level 60 is the maximum level. Like, this one is kind of weak, only at quarter level 23. But there are also bases like this one at quarter 28. Yeah, only the machine guns are upgraded though. Other defenses are HQ 22. Maybe there's some other bases that have more max level defenses, but I don't think so. Like this one is super underleveled. I don't know, the NPC bases are kind of bad. I don't want to go here, I want to go to the Mega Crab and attack the next stage. I'm going to wait a bit before I drop bullet. I want to make sure he's going to stay on the left side, so I'm going to drop him now. Yeah, now he definitely should go. the left side, unfortunately, the mechs took more damage, I think. Or maybe not. Now they did. And they're even taken out now. But yeah, now the Simo should still target bullets. But it doesn't really matter. Okay, one Proto. Maybe shock this Doom Cannon. Okay, that should be fine from now. But they're kind of close. Lost a lot of the troops. Like I wish for this base, the building health would just be way higher than on other bases. Because then it could even be challenging. But yeah, like this, the base is too easy with the low building health. So what I'm going to do also on this base is I'm gonna wait quite a while before I'm going to drop bullet. I'm even gonna drop the medics first. It doesn't matter, I can drop bullet now. Regroup. Maybe one, maybe even a second Cryobomb later. Even gonna take out the shock launcher and rocket launcher. Now go back here. And like one or two mechs might be lower or might have lower health than bullet. So looks like actually still bullet is getting attacked. I don't know why. Because I think the Simo should attack the mechs that had like 20% health and not bullets. But I'll take it. What headquarter level are you? mean, with the lower headquarter levels, it's definitely harder or more difficult to progress. At least after the first about 30 stages. Because then all the defenses are also maxed level. But you have a decent headquarter level, you should be able to get quite a few stages. But also depends on the time you have, of course. I think this one I'm gonna switch to armor again. I'm not sure what I should add. Maybe again one board of Zukas. I think the crab is probably where statues and the headquarter, well, not really the headquarter, but just even the statues also depend or change a lot. And I guess the headquarter in a sense that at some point your attack is just so strong that for a lot of the stages you can't really lose, I guess. Armor could again be useful, but I think this stage is, yeah, I think this one is better with scorchers and also with sabotage. And again Quan to make sure that if I lose a few scorchers I can just bring them back. I don't know, Kavan is also good, yes, but I kind of like Sparky. Go to the other side and now drop Kavan. 1, 2, 3, 4. second wind to get back all the sculptures. And then just a few shocks, I guess. Like the advantage with Everspark is you just get a lot of critters that distract a single target. And also some other defenses in general. And with Kovan you can... like, you need to use some second winds once the rivalmen get taken out, while with Sparky, like even just one critter can be enough. I think also Sparky has the advantage that you can't... I didn't change back to armor, I just realized that. But yeah, like with Sparky, you were basically not able to lose the hero. While with Kovan, it can happen easily that you lose him. Like just when he decides to go to some random defense. Next stage looks quite tough. But this could be really good for rocket choppers. Only the rocket launchers in the beginning and then... yeah, just a few, so... perfect base for rocket choppers. Not sure if I use all rocket choppers, but also leech engraving. I don't have it maxed on this account, unfortunately, so I guess I could try to... like I would need to get one more of the leech engraving, like one quality upgrade. And then I would need to get 31 of the research tokens. But at least for this base, it's still gonna be enough. I think one mech is enough distraction. Like the mech is completely useless. Except like the machine gun that they shot in the beginning. So far they do nothing. Except getting shocked by the shock launchers. This one should also be possible with rocket choppers, but I'm gonna add another boat. A mech would not be useful on this base. And I also can change back to sabotage. I don't really think a leech is necessary. I mean, there's not a single rocket launcher. I mean, there's a few here, but they are not going to be able to reach the core. What should I do here? Either... I don't know if Mech Bombardier works that well. I mean, it should. I mean, could even think of using rocket choppers. Definitely looks a bit annoying at this stage. I mean, realistically, Mech Bombardier should have no trouble with that base. Probably gonna add one boat of medics. Why not? And then attack. I'm gonna drop a bullet slightly delayed. Just to make sure he's gonna stay on the left side and not gonna move in a direction where I don't want him. So it kind of ended up to take a bad path. But at least he should distract the Shock Blaster. Don't like that Rumex are just stuck on that side. I'm gonna regroup now. Or like this. Maybe also the rocket launchers. And throw a few Cryobombs. Hi, Oma. Actually, isn't this the first time that that this base appears on this Mega Crab? Could be wrong, but I think so, at least. Change to Rifle Laser Ranger. But it really looks like the leaderboard is a bit slower than usually. So maybe this crab is slightly more difficult than the usual mega crabs. yeah, Scorchers and 2 Bombardiers to get the shields. Change the hero ability to energy drink. That one shield is getting ignored. Yeah, can use Scorchers for this base, it's not really difficult. I can just save the time that it would take to switch troops. I don't know, like the last few bases are really easy. All these easy layouts, and before it always were some really difficult layouts usually. Sim will make it a bit tricky for sure. I could try Laser Rangers and Riflemen. Or Scorcher, Max and Laser Ranger. But I don't really like that. Hmm. Probably just Laser Rangers and Riflemen, but maybe 2 boats of Riflemen. Should even be able to take out both shield generator. I think this should work. Like, why do I use Sparky? And again, it's just the critters help a lot to distract as well. Might even just not flare at all and just, yeah, let the troops clear. I can even take out the shields with critters probably. Okay, this one. It has a few summos. Probably Mech Bombardier. I think that should work easily. But yeah, should change back to sabotage. Even though I feel like armor would even be strong against the base like this. But I'm gonna go with sabotage. And I'm only going to drop 2 boats of the max right now. Mainly to make sure that the remaining mech, I can just drop them where I need them. Because right now Bullet is in an okay position, but not perfectly. I'm gonna have to drop another mech on this right side. I think that shock was actually useless. Or it wasn't. But I feel like I'm not able to finish this base. just lost a lot of fruit so far. I don't know if I have enough left. Bit unfortunate. Don't know if I drop bullet that far in the middle of he just wandered off by himself. I should have dropped him even further on the right side, and then maybe he would have been positioned a bit nicer. Yeah, just ended up to... I just ended up to lose the max because of bullets positioning. And now I get the shields on the right side, and then groups should go. I've let them about here. One Cryobomb and one Shock, another Cryobomb. There, this rocket launcher now. Then the boom cannon and the shock launcher. Hello, driver Vlad. Okay, Scorchers, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Scorchers to max. And Kavan. Change back to Sabotage. Going to regroup in the middle, I think. 2 sharks, 1 Cryobomb. And I want to take out the shark launchers and this doom cannon. Then go to the left. Shark launchers are slowing down, but... And hold the attack completely. Now drop Kavan. I feel like on this base there could be more mines. Almost every tile is... There's a mine. That's crazy. A bit unlucky to lose Kovan with that Scorcher explosion. Don't think it should make a difference in the end. Looks like Scorchers are again the way to go, or rocket choppers. I think. Let's take a look again. Yeah, I think maybe even the rocket choppers are a bit easier. I can use 1 boat of heavies to distract the, I think it was a shock blaster, and the boom cannon. Okay, I have to grab this rocket launcher. But even though I lost 3 rocket choppers, I still have enough troops left. Yeah, that base rocket choppers are not great, or they would work, but I would have to change to leech. So Scorcher Mech is going to be a bit easier. And also should be in the global leaderboard right now. Yeah, just inside. Rocket choppers against the space. And easily stayed outside of most, or outrange most of the boom cannons and the one cannon. Just one shot for the cannon, boom cannon, and I think boom surprise. Didn't a lot stop at this stage, or not really? I think I will use a mech bombardier and try to save as much GB as I can. I think that's the best play. Maybe just one mech for now. Just to increase the chance that the boom cannons are not going to target the mechs. I think this should be good. And I'm just saving the GB because I'm going to basically rush the core. Is that possible to say? One Cryobomb. Move a bit closer. Then up the top. I think I can do this attack quite a few times on this Mega Crab, because with the Cryobomb clearing mines is gonna be really easy. So yeah, this attack kind of works well, usually at least. Like, this one kind of looks annoying. But I guess the left side looks okay. This time I'm just clearing the mines with the cryobombs. So that I'm saving the cryobomb. This spread is super annoying. Basically have to keep these two rocket launchers now shocked the whole time. I guess it's not that bad. They just done. You mean not talking on the stream or what? I mean, I try to talk from time to time, but I can't talk like 3 hours non-stop. And to be honest, quite a lot of the stages are a bit tiring. At least the first 200, 250 stages, I would say. Just because they're not really difficult. Just have to get through them, but they still take a lot of time. I think that's why I usually lose a lot of attacks early on as well, and not that many towards the end of the Mega Crab. Yeah, I guess 2 years through, that means you probably missed, I think, most of the updates. But yeah, might even be better, you could say. Also, if anyone doesn't know so far, the cryo bombs on the Mega Crab don't really work. They only clear mines, but they don't slow down troops or defenses. So basically it's like the flotsam cannon, but the opposite. Because the flotsam cannon, when it explodes, should clear the mines, but it doesn't. It only does damage, so Yeah, the Cryobomb, at least the defensive one, should slow down, but it's only, yeah, during the mines. Yeah, Rodero, but he's only really useful with the rocket chopper. And then there's of course also the engraver, which is mostly the reason why the Mega Crab takes this much time now. And obviously also the Proto troops. I don't even know which one is causing more stages on the Mega Crab, the Proto troops or the engraving. I would guess it is still the engraving. Stone Arc. I mean, not really too interesting. Or I'm not too interested in it, in the warship. Like, you could easily finish first place in at least one Mega Crab. Usually in the New Year Crab, or I think it's called Fireworks Crab. I think this year it wasn't, but usually there is a instant training, and not instant training, a Troop Mania. So on that Mega Crab you could get even first place. But yeah, usually it's yeah, not possible to get too far. Maybe 200 stages if you have a lot of time and want to use some time savers or diamonds. And yeah, of course, theoretically, you could even reach first place every Mega Crab without instant training. It would just cost a lot of diamonds and time savers. Yeah, I guess a lot of strategies changed in that time. Or it's just way easier now. I mean, 2 years ago you could just reach about 300 stages if the crab was easy. And now every crab takes at least, yeah, 400 stages, basically. Don't like situation with the GBE. Need one medkit, and Rodero also gets taken out. Okay, flare on this rocket launcher. Now flare back. And luckily I didn't lose too many of them. And not surprised a lot stopped on this one. Laser beams. Um, Not really. Maybe it's that I'm a bit tired or so, but not really. And I don't know, the male crab is also a bit tiring in the beginning for some reason. I don't know if it really works to get bullet to take or tank all the laser beam damage. Like he would need to go almost to sniper tower first, basically. I don't know if I like mech and bombardiers. I mean, I could use like one vitamin, I guess. And that should make it really easy. So I'm definitely thinking about doing that. To use one vitamin. I just don't know if it's how difficult the stage is in one attack. What statues are those we're running? It is like operation statues, that's no surprise. And I think he also did it in 2 attacks. I don't know. I think it should be possible just with armor. But I don't know if it really is. Not the most friendly stage for sure. Kind of just want to add one vitamin, but then I also don't. I could use critter cannons, I guess. And it wouldn't really matter a lot. To be honest, I think I'm again not gonna end up to beat all the stages. I can see that happening, so I think I'm just gonna use one boat of vitamins and just go with that. Also one boat of Zukas. And I think in this case I might even go for Kovan. And why not use a different proto troop like... I have them level 1, okay. But I have those at level 19, so let's use one turret engineer. Go with armor. I mean, I'm never gonna use all the turret engineers anyway. So yeah, one vitamin. I think that is fine to use him. And a turret engineer could also come in handy, I guess. Two-second wind. And one shock on the lasers. And I'm using Zukas because Zukas help to, or they also get the vitamin speed and damage reduction buff. And bombardiers, they would just stay behind and just would do nothing. Okay, now regroup. Didn't even get that one laser beam, but it should not change something. Two Cryobombs. I don't know if the turret engineers are that helpful. Like the critter engineer would be better for sure, but I only have them at level 1, so I think even with the vitamin they would get taken out too easily. Like the turret engineer is just better when you attack like the core, because then the turrets stay in front of the troops and not like in this case they maybe get attacked a few times, but then the troops move in front and yeah, the turrets are not really helping at that point. So yeah, with vitamin it was easy. And the next difficult stage. I mean, I think the lower range helps the turret engineers. It just depends on which strategy you want to use them. Like with Vitamin, a range similar to Laser Rangers helps in this attack. And if they would have a range like Bombardiers, they would be better in like Mech Bombardier. I think the health is actually quite nice of the turret engineers. Yeah, 1000. It increases by about 100, so they would have at least 2000 health at max level. And Bombardiers have, I think, half of that. Yeah, not even. So at max level they have about 2.5, maybe even 3 times more health than Bombardiers, so they could be like a mini tank, I guess, behind the mechs, if their range would be that big. I think the critter engineers have the same health, so maybe you could even use those engineers in some cases. Actually, this is also Laser Ranger. Can change your back right to armor. Don't know if I want a Zuka, maybe another Laser Ranger is better in this case. The laser beams actually do a bit of damage, not too much though. But you at least have to slow down the laser beams. And I'm going to the right side first because I'm gonna do the rush from the left side, even though there are, what's that, 9 Simos? Okay, interesting, but I think I can ignore like everything and just attack with the rocket choppers. No need to clear the whole base. But yeah, rocket choppers are not that strong usually against this base. Just because there's usually a lot of buildings. I mean, there's a lot of buildings to clear also on this base, but it's not that hard to clear them. And the server error, because I think it really just happens when you have Rudero and he's outside of the map. And when you then activate the wingman rush, you get the server error, sometimes at least. Forgot to drop one bombardier somehow. Change to maybe one medic and just two mechs. I'm gonna ignore the shield generators and only take out the core itself. Not even sure up to what percentage of building health or shield health this attack is possible, but like the first 200 or 300 stages it should work most of the time. Okay, regroup slightly over here. And then I can rush that rocket launcher. Yeah, no, but these early stages they don't really need proto troops. I mean, I already used the one Dr. Vitamin, but yeah, I don't really need to use proto troops against all of those stages. I mean, tanks. I mean, I hope there will be a few stages maybe where tanks could be good, but I don't think there will be a lot of stages that will make the tanks really useful. Like, I wish there would be a lot of stages that the tanks would work really well. But I don't think there are a lot of them, unfortunately. Mech Bombardier maybe taunt. Hello, Nathaniel. Nathaniel. Yeah, welcome, I guess. Hey, sure, 16 is... I guess now it's not, but it was quite far, like at least mid-level. Okay, bullet. I'm gonna go in front, so... start to go to the back. Actually, the cryobombs help in this case, that they are not going down the troops. Because those... I think with one bombardier and the mech would have... and they would not have made it otherwise. Yeah, just keep activating on at this point. I think I will just use Zukas. Yeah, why not? Maybe even with Shark Knuckles. One board of Riflemen, one heavy bullet Shark Knuckles. It looks so weird to let the troops get hit by the Cryobomb. I'm not sure if the bug with bullet is fixed now. I just don't know if he would to really get more onward energy. Maybe I can get another shock knuckles. No. That still was enough. I think a bit too close. Why not rocket choppers on this stage? Let's go with Leech. Maybe you could have thought about shock knuckles also. Now go for the shields, and after that I can finish the remaining core health. Yeah, it's important to take out the shields, because if there's a shield and the troops attack a shield, they can't life leech. I think I might stop at this stage, to be honest. Hey, only me? Yeah, I think looking at this stage, I'm probably gonna stop for now. Maybe I will do a second stream later. Or I'm just gonna, yeah, attack more stages and yeah, try to get in more stages so that I can finish all the attacks, hopefully. Yeah, I want to take some time to think about this stage. It shouldn't be that bad, but can be tricky. I guess so. Yeah, I'm gonna stop at this one. I don't think I'm gonna do those stages. So yeah. Do you mean the Cryobomb is not really working, I guess? But yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. And yeah. Again, either maybe another stream today, but I'm not sure, or just tomorrow. So yeah. Bye.